Hello everyone, this is me, Pushkal Agarwal from King's College London, UK. I come from a small town which is in the district Nainital, located in the foothills of the Himalayas, in the north of India. And these are my co-authors, Kiran Garimella, Nishan Shastri, Sagar Joglekar, and Garrett Tyson. We all are from different regions of India and the UK, speaking entirely different native languages. So how do we all communicate? We communicate in English. In this study of characterizing user content on a multilingual social network, we present our work on understanding digital content sharing in India. India has 22 official languages, which 1.3 billion people speak. These are not just dialects, but completely different languages, which often have different scripts. To study this digital divide across languages, as well as instances of breaking language barrier, we focus on an Indian multilingual multimodal social media platform known as ShareChat. On ShareChat, we focus a common use case across India, that is politics, specifically the content sharing around 2019 Indian general elections, where 911 million people were eligible to vote with 67% of turnout. We formally state this in two research questions. One, can image content transcend language silos? How often does this happen and amongst which languages? Second, what content and images are most successful in transcending language silos? And do their semantic meanings mutate? So let us first look what is ShareChat. ShareChat is a media and text sharing social media platform with a primary focus of images similar to Instagram. What makes ShareChat different from others online social media is the UI support and registration in 14 Indian languages without having a support for English language. As you can see in the right, this is the actual ShareChat platform, which allows users to select one of these native languages except English, some popular trends, and publicly available posts such as for Hindi, language forum. Similar to other social network, users can like, comment, and share directly to WhatsApp. Hence, we can see there is a strong tie with WhatsApp, and since these users are from tier 2 and 3 cities in India, these are possibly new user demographics, engaging in native language silos. This has a massive participation of 80 million active users. As I mentioned before, the dataset we collect is focused around a nationwide common theme, which is Indian general elections of 2019. Using a set of trending political hashtags, we crawl 1.2 million posts having 321,000 users across 14 languages. As you can see in the temporal pattern here, which has political period dates on x-axis and number of posts shared per language on y-axis, different languages have different peaks. Digging deeper, we find that this is caused by multiple phases of voting days, with the final peak of all languages corresponding to the election result declaration day. We are making this dataset publicly available for the research community. For more details of these multilingual data as well as temporal sharing patterns, please check our paper. As Instagram, ShareChat is also primarily image sharing platform. As Indian languages have different text, we find that people make use of images conveying perceptually similar content. For instance, an example which is widely shared in our data shows a political meme with some English text, Hindi text, and Punjabi text. We see here that all these three images from different user posts convey similar meaning, where politicians ask citizens for votes before election and kick them after election. To match these perceptually similar images, we make use an algorithm by Facebook, which is PDQ, and find 400,000 unique images clusters. We make use of this dataset in our research questions next. In research question 1, we ask, can image content transcend language silos? If so, amongst which languages? Here is an example of user post from Kannada Language Forum. As you can see, a user post has a tag, an image with some text embedded on it, and like other social network, options to like and comment, plus an option to share this on WhatsApp. So from this, we can see that this user, although follow Kannada Language Forum, her post has embedded text content which is a different language, that is English. To systematically study the cross-language sharing patterns, we show in this plot user language forums on the x-axis and language content embedded in the images on the y-axis. The first bar here from the left shows that user from Hindi post content 77% times in Hindi and almost 20% times in English, whereas the rightmost bar shows that for Tamil users, 90% of the posts are having Tamil content and 10% times in English. For some languages like Gujarati, Marathi, and Punjabi, we see some sufficient minority of Hindi posts and in general English posts across all languages, although there is no support for English. So, widely a common language we see is English, and for some Hindi, which can be due to the region as well as similar root language like Sanskrit. The similarity across languages gives us a pattern of co-occurrences of images between two given languages. The top co-occurrence of perceptually similar image we find are in Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, and Punjabi. From the Indian map of native languages on my right, we see that these four languages are neighbors of each other and mostly from north and western part of India. In our second research question, we ask what content is transcending language silos and do their semantic meanings mutate? So here are some examples from our dataset of images having different content in them. In example 1, we see that people are asking to go for vote, which is around the theme of Indian elections. In second example, we see face of Prime Minister Narendra Modi having a message of "Hi friends, I am coming back." In the third example, we see post of wishing Indian cricket team for the World Cup. To quantify this content sharing, we looked top frequent words in these posts and coded them in 9 different categories as shown in the figure on my right. We see that widely shared content across language forums is related to India. We also see categories like election slogans and politician names have sufficient minority of posts. Additionally, we see some posts on topic overlap during this election period like Kashmir conflict and International Cricket World Cup. Slogans play an important role while campaigning during elections. Some support a party while some not. Cases of which we see in our next slides. Here is an example of mutation of semantic meaning in similar images. The image on the left promotes ruling party prime minister by saying friends, I'm coming, whereas on the right, the image says friends, I'm going. For a set of images which are shared in more than 5 languages, we check if their meanings are changing with the help of 8 different native language annotators. We find that for most of the images, the meaning is not changing. There's one distinct meaning. For some, there can be 2, 3 distinct meanings. And for a handful of cases, we find that there are 9 distinct meanings. To conclude, we present a study on multilingual multimodal platform used by 80 million people in 14 Indian languages, that is ShareChat. We group perceptually similar images which contain minor modifications using Facebook's PDQ. In the first research question, we see that English and Hindi can transcend language silos, and Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, and Punjabi are mostly sharing similar images. In the second research question, we see that topics related to India, slogans, and politician names are widely shared across languages, and sometimes the semantic meaning is also changing. The dataset of this study is publicly available with this link. I would like to thank my co-authors, native language annotators, and my audience for listening this talk. Thank you.